Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's late night Q&A with ZodWriter. I am ZodWriter, and Happy New Year to all of you. And I'm so glad that I can finally get the year started off right. I have my special guest on late night Q&A right now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fatal J himself.
What up, baby? We up in the building.
The Vanishing Ninja. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here, man. This has been a long time coming, man.
Yeah, it sure has, dude. We had a couple of rough starts there, but man, we're finally here, and you're finally here, and this is awesome. Dude, I have to say, dude, I've been a big fan of your channel for a long time. We've been friends for a while.
Yeah.
You've been a busy man. You've been putting together some great stuff. You've been putting together some great content. And the main reason I got you here today is to talk about this right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, Fatal J is the real deal. You want to talk about a writer who knows his stuff from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s when it comes to the ninjas, the manga, the anime. It's all here, baby. It's all in this book. This book, literally, to me, it was like I was reading this book thinking, my God, this is a snapshot of my childhood right here. Ninja Blast, and the artwork is beautiful. The writing is fantastic. Fatal, we got to talk about this. This is monumental, bro. This should be in comic book shops.
Bro, you said what I was trying to do. I was trying to take back to the people our age, back to our childhood, when we used to see the ninja stuff with the Ninja Turtles, when we saw anime for the first time. Because I'm going to tell you, man, modern day comic books right now, like Marvel and DC and all those joints, they comic books are boring, man. I go to the comic shops and it's like more dialogue, less fighting. When you read a comic book, you want to get straight to the action. You want less talking, because I'm going to tell you something. When I read a comic book, I'm not trying to read a novel. If I want a novel, I'll read a novel. A comic book, I want to see powers. I want to see fighting. I want to see bloodshed. I want to see violence. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see good story too.
You literally took comic books, anime, and manga, and you merged them together to make this amalgam of awesomeness, dude. The fight sequences in this book, there's a major fight sequence in this book. Okay. That is fantastic. And all it does is get people excited for the next installment. I mean, you did it right, where you saved the big fight scene for close to the end of the book.
Yeah.
You end the book on a major cliffhanger, a major story arc that is built up throughout the entire story. Not to give any spoilers away, because I honestly feel like, and this was the one thing I was worried about doing this interview, because I really don't want to spoil your book for anybody, because for those that have not got a chance to delve into what Ninja Blast is, I mean, you're missing out. And I gotta say, dude, like I will support this series to its conclusion. I promise you, this is literally something this is the kind of comic book I've been waiting for, because I'm a big manga fan. I like to read, I'm very old school. I like the old classics. My favorite mangas are like Fist of the North Star and Berserk.
Yes, sir.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Bro, Berserk is the best anime story known to man, bro.
And I look at Ninja Blast, and I see what you're doing. I see where you're going with the artwork and the story. And I have to say, like, I was blown away, dude. There's one particular thing in this book that struck me the most, more than anything else. And it's that you have a homage in your book to one of the greatest anime mangas of all time, Akira. Yeah. You literally have your main character driving around on Kaneda's red bike. That's the only spoiler I'm gonna give here.
No, I mean, you know why I did that though? I'm gonna tell you why I did that. That was my first anime I ever seen in my life, bro. I never forget. I was 7 years old, and there used to be a TV show on the Sci-Fi Channel called Saturday Anime, bro.
Saturday Anime.
Bro, I'll never forget because I used to be in karate. I used to be in Taekwondo. My mom was getting me ready for Taekwondo practice on a Saturday, bro. And I was getting ready. And when I seen that that Akira anime, bro, I didn't know what I was watching, but it blew my mind because I was like, okay, this is a cartoon, but it looked lifelike. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do that homage of Kaneda's bite. Because when you're watching Akira, that Akira's bite, what's the main character name? Not Akira, but Kaneda.
Kaneda.
When you see that bite, every kid wanted that bite, bro. Every kid wanted that bite. So I had to put that in. I had to pay homage, man. I had to pay homage.
That book, that bike, you know, that bike is iconic.
It's iconic.
And the fact that your main character, whose name in this story is Ace, has this bike. It just goes to show how badass this character is. This character is not no joke. I mean, he literally is like, he's an awesome fighter. He's a cool character, and you spent so much time developing. You talked earlier. You just mentioned about how you like how, you know, comic books of the old days kind of get straight to the action, and you know, you have a good story, but you blend it well with action. What I loved about this is even the exposition that you had in the story was surrounded by action. At no point in this book are you bored with like exposition or slow pacing or anything.
Yes, that was the point.
It gives you everything you need without boring you. No, there's no dry panels or slow moving issue. I mean, if you're a comic book fan or a manga fan, I swear to God, Fatal J, I thought this was going to be black and white, because I kind of thought you were going to go the full like manga route, because it looked to me, because like in all like the still shots and stuff you showed when you were promoting, a lot of that stuff was black and white, and and it kind of looked like you were going to go for the manga look. So I got to ask, are you going to put out a manga edition of this that's totally in black and white, like when it's all done, like when you finally tell the entire story?
So it's like you read my mind, man. We got to go back to what you said about the story first. You said exactly what my execution was, bro. I didn't want this to be a slow comic book at all.
Right.
At no points. I wanted this to be, when you get in that roller coaster, it just go up the whole time. And the kicker with this issue right here, when I drop issue 2 and issue 3, it's going to get bloodier. See, that book right now you got in your hand, that's just the introduction. That's just kid stuff. But you're going to see more of that bike, and you're going to see violence on that bike in issue 2.
Here's the fantastic part for me. You say that this is kid stuff, but there's a scene in this book where you're telling a story about the main character's father, and you don't pull no punches. Dude is, I mean, it is, so I will warn people now. There's a lot of action in Ninja Blast, and not only is there a lot of action, you mentioned blood. There's some blood in this issue. It's not like this issue is blood free. This issue is nothing to sneeze at. That's why I say, when you say that by you telling me now that issue number 2 is going to be bloodier, I don't know what to say, because the pages are like blood soaked in this version. So we're pretty much, I can't stress this enough. I like to support new artists and new books and new things like that. And for me, your book was something that, again, just captured everything that I loved about comic books growing up. And this is why I say, like, modern comic books to this day are hard for me to get into, because a lot of the comic books that we get now are very watered down. A lot of times they're, there's more drama than action for sure. And a lot of comic books are trying to push an agenda rather than tell a story. And that's really the problem with nowadays. So if you really like comics and you like classic storytelling, you kind of have to look at indie artists, indie publishers, indie writers to get the better story, because you could tell, Fatal J, that you put a lot of love and energy into what you wrote here. You didn't just give us a crappy comic book and put your name on it and say, "Oh, this is Fatal J." No, you endorsed this for a reason. This was something you came up with. It's a fantastic idea. I mean, to me, the character art is so good in this book that I'd like to see this become like an animated series at some point too, because I feel like the artwork is just jumping right off the pages, and this would look great animated. Even this first issue that you just did here, just this story alone could be done in like a 22 or 25-minute animated like OVA or something. I mean, it really is
Zod,
awesome.
That might be the hidden plan.
I kind of get what you were saying. Now, I got to ask you, I want to see if maybe you will get this reference, and you probably will, because you're very old school and you're into a lot of this stuff. There was a system that came out, back in the 80s, a video game system called the TurboGrafx 16.
Yes, sir.
And the system in Japan was known as the PC Engine. And there was a CD game for the PC Engine that came out in Japan only. It was never released in the United States. Later on in life, I imported the game itself. But it's a game that comes to mind when I was reading Ninja Blast. There's this game called Kazekiri Ninja Action. I want everybody to look that video game
I'm going to have to look that up, bro.
Because if you look that video game up, you will see a lot of interesting things that kind of evoke a lot of the stuff that you get in Ninja Blast.
But this is the thing, though, Zon. Every ninja thing that I ingested when I was a kid, like the first Nintendo game I played besides Mario was Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden
on the original NES. Ninja Turtles, man, that just took me to another level. That's how I found out about ninjas, when I watched that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one. And that first one was dark, bro. A lot of people don't think that's a dark movie. But bro, that's a dark movie. They was cussing, kids was stealing, they was smoking cigarettes.
Yes. And it's so funny because I just watched. Your book brought back all these memories for me. So I went back and rewatched, because I've been getting over the Transformer virus for the last couple weeks. Yeah. So I've been watching a lot of old movies. I went back, watched Ninja Turtles from 1990. I went back and rewatched Akira, American Ninja, played some Ninja Gaiden and some old games, in the Kazekiri Ninja Action I was telling you about. Bro, you hit the nail on the head. This book was giving me classic Ninja Turtle vibes too, because when you go back and you look at those old black and white Ninja Turtle comics, those comic books are adult as well. They're not for kids. So the first movie is close to that.
Master Genshin, sensei, is a splinter archetype. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now I didn't rip him. I didn't rip it. Steal that of him being like Splinter, because he got his faults and problems. But that sensei and student vibe, Master Splinter played a big. And
what I love about that character is he's very conflicted within himself, because he has a lot of stuff that he's not being honest with his student about. He's he's keeping a lot of stuff bottled up that is just, and to me, I think it's great, because you created like this flawed master that could probably have his own origin book series at some point.
Zod,
like that. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, dude.
Zod reading my mind. Zod, when I get done with issue 2 and 3, I got a plan with this dope anime artist, bro. Dope anime artist. He worked for Cartoon Network. We already talking about Ninja Blast origins, bro.
Oh,
And
man,
and,
yes.
and you remember the story at the end, the flashback at the end?
Absolutely.
That's gonna be Ninja Blast origins, bro. That's gonna
And
be Ninja Blast
again, let me just say again, when you talk about artwork and eye popping, I absolutely adore this cover artwork. This cover artwork here, bro, is, to me, this is the kind of art. This is the artwork I want to put. I want to put it on my wall. I got a poster. I had gotten a poster with this, with the one that I ordered.
Yes,
came
sir.
with a poster. It's got different artwork, but this cover artwork here on this first issue, to me, just looks iconic, man.
I should have made that a poster.
I could see Ninja Blast being like a top book, man. And I'm not just saying that because you're here. I really believe in the story that you have here, man.
Thank you, bro.
I'm fully invested.
Thank you, bro.
And this is why I say, when you come out with something that's so good, that's able to capture where you come from and the stuff you grew up on. You know, I had a guy I know who's a Hong Kong martial artist, director, filmmaker, commentator that I'm good friends with, a man named Bay Logan. And Bay Logan said to me, one of the things he said to me was, always write what you know.
Yeah.
Always talk about things that are in your mind, that you can give the best perspective of. And I mean, this is a man who was a big, he was big into Bruce Lee, and he's friends with Donnie Yen and all these big martial artists in Hong Kong. And and this guy, I mean, he was 100% spot on. I mean, when he said that, because when you write what you know, and that's why I say, when you talk about these kinds of things and you give references, like you show Kaneda's bike and you show all these ninja, and you give references to, like, say, Master Splinter and the Ninja Turtles and all these things that you're referencing from childhood.
Yeah.
This is writing what you know and crafting an authentic story.
I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else I did. Master Genshin.
Yes.
I like wizards, bro. I like wizards. Okay, so if you peek Master Genshin, go back and look in the book. I'm a big Tolkien fan. I love Gandalf. When you look at Master Genshin, he got the long hair, he got the long beard, and guess what else he walk around with? He walk around with a staff. You know?
Yes, of course. I caught that too. And but the thing I love about him is he's flawed.
Yeah,
he's flawed. He's not perfect. He's not a perfect master,
flawed, bro.
Yeah, and this is where I think about, my favorite manga anime of all time, Fist of the North Star. All of the characters are flawed, and they're all very, very. They all have messed up pasts.
And the thing about human beings, we love flawed characters when we watch.
Because we're all flawed. All of us. Nobody's perfect. Nobody had a perfect life. Nobody was a perfect angel growing up. Everybody has crap in their life that is despicable, that they wish they could take away. Everybody has things that they regret in their past. It's just human beings. It's just human nature. It's just the way things are. And that's why it's great when you have deeply layered, flawed characters. Because if every character is perfect, then there's nothing interesting about them, because they're not relatable. Where in this book, you made every character relatable. I especially love the little brother, and Ace's little brother, and I forget his name right now. But
I have big plans.
Oh my God.
I
was just going to say, I have a feeling about him. I think there's going to be certain things that are going to happen with that character that are going to surprise everybody, because I think that character has a chance to literally surpass not only Ace, but his master and everything. And the little boy looks like he's going to be very, very ambitious.
I'm going to put it like this. if Ninja Blast, my initial plan is to do all the way to issue 3. Then I'm gonna do Ninja Blast Origins. Then I'm gonna start doing Ninja Blast 4. When we start getting the Ninja Blast 4, we gonna kind of, and I hope I ain't spoiling it, but we might skip into the future a few years, and we gonna see what this character is all about. I already got it planned out in my head for 10 issues, man. And this is my thing that I learned so much about this campaign right here, man. I learned about shipping on time. And this is the thing. I've been talking to a fulfillment company, and they're going to help me with Ninja Blast 2 and Ninja Blast in the future, because I want to hurry up and get this comic out. And I felt like I took a little bit too long getting issues out to people. So next time I do Ninja Blast, I'm going to go through a fulfillment company, and everybody is going to get their comic all at once, and they're going to get it fast. But this has been a great learning experience for me, you know? And I feel like when people get Ninja Blast 2, it's not easy, man. But I'm going to tell you something. When people get Ninja Blast 2 and 3, oh, man, it's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. And Zod, you making me feel real good, because every single thing that you said about this book is exactly, like 100% exactly what I wanted people to think about this book, man. You said everything. Oh, and to answer your question about the black and white manga, I have to put that out because my artist, Jeez Louise, man, he did his thing. And I want people, because I see what Zack Snyder was saying with the black and white, Zack Snyder's Justice League. To see it in that raw form, that's artistic, man. It's perfect to see it in that black and white form, because when you add colors, the only reason why I did this comic with colors is because I know American people, when it comes to comic books, they get bored fast if they just see black and white. The majority. Now, manga lovers, they enjoy the black and white, but for most Americans out there, they want some color in their comic book. But when I get done with this first arc, Ninja Blast 1, 2, and 3, I'm definitely going to put out a black and white version so people can really appreciate the raw art. And the cool thing about this, every single page that you've seen in this book, I did the layouts.
It is, and this is the thing, too. This book feels like it's a combination of American comic book style with Japanese manga. It has that balance and that feel, and I could tell that's what you were going for, because, you know, like you just mentioned about it being in color versus, you know, for an American audience, and if you're a manga lover, you would love it in black and white. But me personally, I think I would love it in black and white just as much, because it has that feel. Okay. It feels very, very authentic. Yeah. Very, very manga authentic, in spite of the story being a combination of both Japanese manga and American comic book style storytelling. But you've got such a great story, and you've got so much great artwork here that, yeah, like you said, seeing it in its raw form, I can't wait till that happens. I hope you do that, because that'll be just another layer of awesomeness to add to what's already super cool. And we got to remember, guys, we're only talking right now, we're just talking about issue 1. I mean, it only goes up from here. I mean, that's the reality. I mean, it's fantastic stuff.
Man, I got the whole story in my head.
Yes.
And I'm so far in my head with just the Ninja Blast universe. I even got a spinoff, one issue that I got in my head that I want to do. But my main goal is to ship the rest of these out. I literally got about 30, 40 more comics to ship out, and then everything will be done. And I'm going to get to work to Ninja Blast too, man. It's been fun creating. But the thing about the shipping been tough, man. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave the creating to me, and I'm going to give the shipping to a professional company to do what they do. And once I get that stress out my back, y'all supposed to get some amazing.
Yeah, because wasn't like the first, you know, for the first book, it was all you, right? You're doing everything
I'm doing
from
everything.
from putting the books out to like shipping all the books out and all that. And now, and yeah, if you deal with a shipping company, you won't have to worry about all that, and all the books will come out, for everybody to get quick. But I will say, it was worth the wait, man. I waited a while for it, and I have to say, it was worth it. It was worth it, and like I said, I will back this project till it sees its conclusion. You are a great writer, and I don't think that anything is lost on people who have nostalgia for all the stuff that you're referencing. But not only that, not only are you giving us nostalgia, you're giving us a brand new story of original characters that you created, a world that you created that is just fantastic. And I love the fact, and another minor spoiler, I love the fact that this all takes place in Neo Tokyo, because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, my God, making it take place in Neo Tokyo, basically it looks like it could be pre or post Akira. I mean, it looks more like it's pre Akira though, because everything is nice and kind of modern and futuristic. So it's I guess before Neo Tokyo explodes. But
you go see modern stuff, but you also go see futuristic stuff too. But I don't want to put a time on there. I want to kind of be like Star Wars.
Make it timeless. Yes.
Make it timeless. I want to do like Star Wars, because when you read that scroll to go up and they say a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away, that could have been in the past. That could have been in the future. You know what I mean? So I want to keep my story like that.
And again, that's why I look at that. I look at Kaneda's red bike. Yeah. And I say, you know what? it's like Kaneda got that bike from Ace. I'm like making up my own little origin story for the bike. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? He got that bike from he sold that bike. Ace bought that bike off of Neo Tokyo Craigslist.
Because you know what? Ace is a ninja, so he don't even really need a bike. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Ace has the ability to move, and Ace can walk through walls. He got all. He's dope. He's real dope. But the thing about it is he has that bike because that bike is cool as hell. And when you have a bike that's cool as hell, you're gonna ride around on. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that grew up loving Akira that if they could ride around on Kaneda's bike on a daily basis, that they wouldn't do it, even if they didn't need to.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
that bike stood out, man.
Yeah, that bike did stand out, and it's really, really nice to see it utilized in this way. And I also got to give you some more credit too for the fact that Ace just loves. This is another thing, another minor spoiler. Ace loves hamburgers, ladies and gentlemen. Neo Tokyo. Okay, people in Neo Tokyo are still eating hamburgers, and that's awesome to see too. Yeah, that's just awesome to see too, man.
Because think about it. He got an old school master. His master don't know nothing about hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? So when Ace get his first bite of the hamburger, he hooked. You know what I'm saying? You
gotta go out and get that hamburger, no matter how dangerous it is for you to be driving around. But go ahead, go get your hamburgers.
And that hamburger led to a lot of drama in the book.
That led to a lot of awesome action and drama in the book. And I mean, and again, you have to say, when you have all this eye-popping art that just jumps off the pages, man. Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of action, that's visual, and the comic book is so visceral in that it comes off almost like an anime. I could see it happening on screen, man.
Bro, my goal, every single page, I wanted to make a point. I wanted to make a point with every single page. And I wanted not to waste no page. I didn't want no filler. I just wanted everything to just pop out and just catch the reader until all the way to the end. And that's why I kind of kept dialogue I didn't want to put too much dialogue because when you read a comic book and you see all that dialogue on one page, something happened in your brain where it just instantly turned off, man.
Right,
You know?
right. Yeah, your brain gets
Yeah.
tired. Your brain
Yeah.
gets tired. And if you look at a lot of, action mangas like the ones we mentioned, like Berserk and Fist of the North Star and that type of stuff, there's not a lot of dialogue. A lot of this, it's all about action in those particular types of stories. Actions speak louder than words.
That's why a lot of people,
I get the same thing with Ninja Blast.
But that's why a lot of Americans are gravitating to manga, because that's how old school comics used to be. See, the Japanese still get it. They know how to get their readers' attention. You know, you can have a great story with not that much dialogue, and just bring the pain with the art and the action. That's all Americans ask, man. But when you get political and want all this agenda and all this long dialogue, people not gonna buy these books, man.
Right, and that's what's unfortunate. I feel like political agendas are literally killing every medium. We're getting to that point where it's just like, you can't enjoy anything without a political agenda being injected into it, and that's a problem. Yeah. I don't want, I consider myself to be apolitical. I'm not into any political stuff. So when I read a comic book, I just want to enjoy a good story. When I watch a movie, I want to enjoy a good story. I don't want to be injected with the filmmaker or writer's personal politics. I don't care about any of that. Tell me a story and let me get swept up into everything organically. Like like you mentioned Star Wars, for example. In Star Wars, you're looking at Star Wars and you're looking at it from a story perspective. You care about the story. You know who the heroes are, you know who the villains are, and you're not getting caught up in the political drama, because there is politics there. There's underlining politics, but it's not being shoved in your face as the most important element. And when you have
know what they do? People read comic books and watch movies to escape. You don't watch a movie and a comic book to remind you about reality. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Like if I want reality, there's plenty of places for me to get reality. There's plenty of reality and negativity and nonsense in real life. We don't need that to be injected into our entertainment. And I think a lot of people forget, based on how seriously people take a lot of this stuff, Fatal, it's like they forget that you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to enjoy. And that's the thing about your book. I had fun. I enjoyed this. This was fun. It wasn't something that I felt like, oh my God, like it was a slug trying to read through it, and you had all kinds of identity politics and all kinds of nonsense in the book. No, it was just a fun story that you could get swept away in. You could get swept away in the world. You could love all of the nostalgic references you injected, and you could just enjoy it for what it is, a piece of entertainment, the way comic books are supposed to be. It's not about shocking people with strange concepts just to do it. It's not about anything. It's not about gender swapping characters or making characters, make this character homosexual, make this character bisexual, make this character straight, gay, whatever. I don't understand the whole necessity of that. Just tell good stories. If it's necessary to the story, if it's good for the story, then that's what you do. You inject it in there if it's important to the story. But that's the problem. I think you have nailed it. I think you've done it. You've done it right, and you've done it justice, Fatal J. And I salute you, and I cannot wait to see where this goes, man. You've got a surefire hit on your hands, man, and more people need to see it. Now, are you planning on continuing to, self-publish this entire series on your own, or is this going to be something that's eventually going to be a comic book series that we might see in comic book shops at some point?
A lot of people ask that. A lot of people say I need to ship comic book to the big anime companies out there. Once I get 2 and 3 done, then I can start thinking about that stuff. But for right now, it's just gonna be Fatal J Cosmic Wave production, where it's just me and I'm just gonna give y'all great comics, great art, great writing, great colors. That's just my main focus right now. I know what to do next time, man. When I come out with issue 2, I know how to promote it better. I know how to ship it better. And not to toot my own horn, man.
But I love how you were doing it on all your videos. I thought you were doing it fantastic. Yeah. Like you would run like a little promo on a lot of your videos at that time for Ninja Blast, and just hearing you say it was getting me hyped up. Like you'd be like, a lot of people Ninja Blast, like Ninja Blast. Like, oh my God, dude.
A lot of people were getting hyped up like that. But I know when I first launched it, the first day, I made a mistake, man, because it's some big comic book people on YouTube, and they told me if I would have got on their channel on that launch day, I could have got a bigger response and more people to invest in it, man. So yeah, I know this was a very fun thing, man. It was very a good journey, and it just showed me what to do next time. To me, it was a success, but it can be even bigger and better with issue 2 and issue 3, because I know exactly what to do. I know how to get the people their product even faster. I just know what to do this time, man. I know what to do. Oh, and a crazy fact with this book. The guy that colored that cover that you're looking at, he was supposed to be my main colorist. And no disrespect to the colorist that did the book, because he's excellent, man. He's great. But that dude that colored that, he worked for Image Comics, Marvel Comics, all them guys. He's a professional. And he was supposed to be the colorist of the book, but he just disappeared on me, man. Like it's a poster that I did called the Standoff Ninja Blast poster, where it got Ace in the front and you got all the villains behind him. And he colored that. And I'm trying to get him to color issue 2 and issue 3. But I'm scared because he might disappear on me again. He a wild boy. He one of them type of dudes. He get into bar fights and all that type of stuff. So
oh no, that's crazy.
I'm trying to get him to settle down so we can focus on this book, man, and just take it to the next level. But like I said, man, I had a good time writing this book. I had a great time doing the layouts. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, Ninja Blast 2, it's gonna be bloody, man. It's gonna be bloody.
Well, and you know what? I was sitting here thinking about something else as you were talking, bro. I want to see Ninja Blast, Todd McFarlane action figures, Fatal J. we need to see Ace on Kaneda's bike with his sword on and as an action figure.
Zod, it's like you, I swear, man, you read my mind or something. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm thinking about all this stuff right now.
I'm telling you, in issue 3, you're gonna see Ace in the ninja suit on Kaneda's bike fighting. You're gonna see a lot of that type of stuff.
See, that's oh my God, that's exactly what that's incredible stuff, man.
I mean, it's gonna be sick, man.
It's gonna be great. I mean, like just sitting here talking about this book is exciting for me. I just want more people to get a chance to check out Ninja Blast and more people to enjoy it, because it's so good that it deserves to be. And Sharon Peters says here, I want Ninja Blast all over my face. Well, once you have Ninja Blast, once you have the book open, it will Ninja Blast all over your face, Sharon. You will be blown away by what you are seeing.
Hey, I just want to do some quick shout outs in the chat. I see Lord Koj, I see Nicotina Show.
Oh yeah,
I see Prime, Bat Channel, Saggy Melons. I'm surprised you. Oh, I see Film God here too. Film God, glad to see you here. You supposed to be in the bed right now, man.
Everybody's here. This is great. That's why I say whenever I do like a late night Q&A, I always get good people, and I always try to get good and solid people to talk to, Fatal J. That's what it's about, man.
Heck yeah. Shout out to Sickness too. That's my boy.
Yeah, Sickness is the man. And shout out to you, Sharon Peters. Hopefully one day you will get Ninja Blast all over your face, because you will love the book. And we need to see Zack Snyder direct Ninja Blast. I would love it.
Either Zach or Robert Rodriguez. This is my two favorite directors, man. To me, that's dreaming too big, man. But that would be dope if it did happen, you know.
I don't know about firm melons, but we had Saggy, my girl Saggy, here in the chat earlier. So shout out to Saggy Melons. Absolutely.
Shout out to Saggy Melons.
Absolutely love Saggy Melons. Saggy Melons is awesome. She's a lot of fun.
If I get anybody to do it, it might be Koj. Koj is the film director, man.
Yeah, well, Koj. Well, see, that's the thing too. Koj is a very talented dude too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, and I mean, he's working on a film, and he's got a lot of stuff going on, and he's an actor and all that.
Heck yeah.
That's the thing. I honestly. It's pretty amazing. And Film Gob says here, Jody's Corner will say Zack Snyder doesn't understand Ninja Blast.
He would.
Well, what's some of the feedback you've gotten from people that you know that have had a chance, like myself, to read Ninja Blast? What kind of things are people telling you, man? Are you getting mostly positive feedback? Because I can't see anybody speaking negatively about Ninja Blast at all. Every panel's been awesome.
I had one dude spoke negatively about it, and it wasn't about the book. It was just the shipping. And I told him, I said, dude, I shipped your stuff already. You haven't gotten it? And he must have gotten it because he haven't said nothing anymore. But most of it has been just like your reaction. People like, geez Louise, this is a dope book. And I'm like honored, man. I'm like really humble, because I want to know people critiques on the book. And I ask people, what can I do better? I'm the type of person, if you invested in my comic book, let me know what I can do. I just went muted, didn't I? I went muted.
Oh yeah. You got muted for a second. You were saying let people know what you could do better.
Yeah, but most of the people that I gave the book to, and they'll email me back and they'll be like, man, this is super dope, man. How did you come up with this? They start asking me a bunch of questions. How did you come up with this? When did this happen? When did that happen? And I tell them, man, the story been in my head for years. Like, I got a whole bunch of comic books in my closet, man, and I enjoy them. But when I look through the book, I say to myself, I could do that. Or what if they did this? And then I was watching, and a lot of people are not a fan of this guy, but I'm going to say his name anyway, Ethan Van Sciver. I seen he came out with his own comic book called Cyberfraud. That dude did $1 million in sales when it came to that book. And it kind of inspired me, man, because I was like, okay, if this dude just saying forget Marvel and DC and just doing it on his own, how about I try my own story that's in my head? I know exactly how page for page, what I want, how I want the art to look, how the colors I want to look. Let's just try it out. And if the people hate it, then I'm done making Ninja Blast. If the people love it, I'm going to keep making Ninja Blast. And man, it's just a blessing that everybody been enjoying the book, brother. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be satisfying, as the creator of something like this, to be seeing so many people enjoy this. If the only thing people can really complain about is the shipping, then you've done your job. I mean, what? That's the only thing. Oh, and one dude did say this. It was one dude I got an email from. He bought the digital copy. He said, this comic book is dope, but he said, where's the powers? I said, go back and look at the book. Ace shows his powers, and Master Gitchen shows his powers. I said, but I wanted to keep the powers to a minimum. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I
Because
wanna
if you
keep
give
doing
away,
that.
if you give away all the glory of all the powers in the first issue, what you gonna
Yeah,
have left to do for an encore? That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Listen, I know that a lot of y'all, a lot of people out there are like big, like Dragon Ball Z fans. So I know a lot
yeah.
of them folks are gonna look at Ninja Blast and they're gonna look at that and they're gonna say, yeah, where's the powers? And it's like, listen, it's a slow build up. Give it
Yeah.
some time
And
because
anybody that read the book, go back. Master Gitchin show his powers in the beginning of the book.
he do. Yep.
Ace in the middle of the book, he showed his powers. If you look back in the flashback, the villain and Master Gitchin show their powers. It's in there, but I sprinkled it in there. Now, when we get to book 2 and book 3, you're gonna see it increase a little bit more, you know. But you ain't gonna get just a big Superman and Batman slugfest and blowing up buildings and all that stuff. No, man. Ninjas don't work like that. They discreet. They quiet with it. You know what I mean? They work in the dark. That's what this book is about. You know?
And Sharon Peters says, I love Dragon Ball Z. I love Sharon Peters. She's awesome. Oh my God, dude. We're just, this is great.
Did y'all know Zack Snyder was supposed to direct that Dragon Ball Evolution movie?
Oh my God. It probably would have been a better movie.
It would have been a better movie. It would have been better.
I mean, he probably would have had a different script writer come in and basically redo the entire thing. I don't think it would have been, wouldn't have been anything like what we got.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been thinking too, like I really think that when this whole project comes, through all the way and you get done with the comics and it does turn in to an animated series, because I'm a very forward thinking person. So when I see projects like this that have, I could see a project like Ninja Blast in its infancy. I can already see what it has potential to become. Yeah. And when I look at it and I say, okay, well, this is definitely going to be an animated series. Yeah. Just in terms of the title alone.
That's crazy. My friend Junk 3PO, he keeps saying that to me. He said, I can see this either as a anime series or I can see it as a Nick cartoon, Nickelodeon cartoon type series.
Yeah. It's almost like you got if they could turn, The Last Airbender into a cartoon, they could definitely turn Ninja Blast into a cartoon. Blast.
Well, that's like the Ninja Turtles. When you read the original comic books, they violent, man. But they knew how to make it kid friendly, and even that kid friendly Ninja Turtles cartoon was dope. You know what I mean?
And Sharon Peters is asking us, do you think we'll ever get a black gay Superman? RuPaul would be great for that role.
They probably working on it now in DC.
Yeah, I could see it. I could totally see it happening, because DC, they're doing everything in like reverse of what people want. Yep. So hey, I mean, if people want that, actually though, Sharon, I think if people want that, we probably won't get it, because if enough people want it, exactly. WB's going to go against the grain and isn't going to do it anyway. But if people don't want it, rest assured they'll figure out a way to make it happen. And Daniel Martin says, McFarlane Toys, Ninja Blast figures, let's go. I'm telling you, I would be the first one, man. I'd be like, yes, Ninja Blast, I'm buying the whole collection. I'm buying all of them, like right away, because you guys got to see these character designs. Yeah. These character designs are just awesome. Like, yeah. I mean, Ace is just like totally cool. And then you got even his siblings are adorable too. Yeah. There's things in this book for everybody. Even if you got like young kids or young siblings that are just getting into comics, they could get into this story and they could
They
kind
could.
of grow with the story too.
That's what one of my friends said. He said his kid got into it, man. And he said he was just running around the house screaming, Ninja Blast, man. And I felt so honored, man, because that book, I kind of wanted to make it a little cartoony looking so the kids can get into it. But I keep saying, man, issue 2 and 3. I don't know if the kids can get into it. So I'm gonna try to tweak the story to where the kids can still get into it, but
it's bloody, but the kids can still get into it. It's like taking the attitude like in Japan. Like in Japan, they don't care about that. They don't care about their kids being exposed to like blood and violence because anime has been bloody and violent and all that, and they don't care, and they air it on TV, and kids watch it and get into it, and they grow up to be engineers and systems analysts and all these people. So it's not like it corrupts people. It just, if it's important to the story and if it's good to the story, then that's why it's there. Don't just have blood in there for the sake of having blood in there. And that's one of the things that I think is great too. Like when you have the infamous scene in the book that's got a lot of blood, that was for effect, and there was a reason in the story.
It was to grab your attention.
Why it occurred that way, and it was very well done. It definitely grabs the attention.
That scene right there is gonna play a big part for the whole Ninja Blast art, because Ace is gonna be looking at his sensei like, this is my father, but he could potentially be my worst enemy. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah,
and it's really fascinating stuff. It really is. I could see the tapestry of what you're doing, and you're thinking deep, and that's why I'm saying this story is not going to be. And what I love is that, like you said earlier, it's more about action than words. So when you have the dialogue is going to be important to the story, and not just throwaway dialogue. When you have too much dialogue, that creates throwaway dialogue.
The dialogue, all the dialogue in this book has a point to something or lead up to something. Even when I had the news reporter, she was telling you all about the personality of the villains in the book. She even served a purpose. She wasn't just talking to be talking. She was breaking down why people are afraid of these villains and why a lot of people hate these villains, because when we watch the news, pretty much what we watch, we get angered at. So I use that in the book too,
Yes. And again, man, I can't say enough positive things about Ninja Blast. This is why I wanted to do this stream, because I've been wanting to have you on for a while, Fatal J. But
it's been a long time.
But talking about Ninja Blast, just it had to be done. I don't know. Is there going to be? Is there more before we kind of switch to another topic? Is there more? More that you could say about issue 1? Is there a plan for more widespread distribution of the first issue?
Yes, the distribution is the biggest learning experience that I had in this book. And like I said, with the distribution in the next book, I promise you, people gonna get their books on time, and everybody gonna get their books on the exact time, because I'm currently working with a fulfillment company who in the past got an excellent track record on getting indie comic books out on time. That's just my big thing. And with issue 1, like I said, every page, my main point was to make everything pop out, keep people attention, people loving the art, and just having great story, man. That was just my thing. My whole blueprint for this book was to have great story, great art, less dialogue, and more action. That was my main goal. And from what I'm hearing back from people who invested in Ninja Blast, that's exactly what they were telling me that the book was all about. So mission accomplished. And man, just thank everybody so much for investing in this book, man, because I'm telling you, every day it blow my mind that people wanted to invest in Ninja Blast, man. And I'm gonna make it bigger and better, man, because I'm telling you, I learned from mistakes. I learned from this journey, and I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be a dope universe, man. It's gonna be a dope universe.
Cool. And
if an anime, this is my thing. If Ninja Blast do get bigger, my first thing is I want to make this into an anime, like at least be an anime movie. You know what I mean? If it could just be an anime movie on Netflix or so, HBO Max or something, then mission accomplished in my life, bro. That's like a life
in your life. Wow. Yeah, that'd be great. I was actually thinking, like, in terms of because you do have like digital versions of the book. I was thinking, are you planning on doing like a Ninja Blast website where people would be able to purchase and download the digital copy of the book instantly for easier and quicker distribution?
Heck yeah, I have to, man. That's like the number one thing that I have to do too is make a Ninja Blast website. So if people don't know how to do Indiegogo or whatever, they can just go on the website and just get the books like that. That's the main goal too. I definitely have to make a Ninja Blast website. Yes, sir.
And if nothing else, for like the digital versions, like, because you're gonna have the crowdfunding element for the future, for the physical issues and stuff, but like the digital, like if somebody just wants to buy a digital copy to read your book, it'd be the easiest to just buy it off of a website and be able to get instant access to it.
Yeah. And shout out to my artist, man. His name Francis, and this dude is a beast, man. I'm talking about when I'm done doing the layouts, he do the page that night. When I wake up in the morning, he emailed me the page. I'm like, man, are you real? Like, is you real? Jeez Louise, how do somebody make something like that quick? So with my way that I write and his speed, man, y'all fit to get some bomb books, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be some great stuff. So just to finally put the cap on Ninja Blast, go get it if you haven't. If you haven't gotten it already, reach out to Fatal J to find out more about it and be looking on the lookout for the crowdfunding campaign for issue 2 of Ninja Blast.
Yes, sir.
I know I'm gonna be looking out for it.
After this month, I want to add this too. After this month, I'm gonna have everybody books out, and then after January, I'm closing it and I'm getting ready for Ninja Blast too, man.
There you go. And Lord Koj says, "You're awesome, Fatal." I'm not tripping. I'm just excited, my dude. So
thank you, my bro.
So we got that.
Koj, your book is coming, bro. Your book is coming.
Everybody's excited. Oh yeah, Koj. I know Koj is into it too. Koj says Fatal in Japan. The original Power Rangers had blood and life and death situations. Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true.
They don't hold back.
And we've got Nicholas. We got Nicholas. Marcus Cruz here talking about Black Panther 2 is going to kill the Flash at the box office. The movie is going to be a memorial for Chadwick Boseman. The tributes Marvel will release for Chadwick will kill the Flash. I think if anything kills the Flash, it's going to be the Flash killing the Flash. I mean, I can't even blame Marvel at this point. I'm not going to speak negatively about this Flash movie because I haven't seen it yet, but I feel like the ball is kind of in their court to make a good movie and give us something that we can be excited about. I want to ask a question. How do you feel about that?
I want to ask a question though. Are they done filming the Flashpoint and Flash?
I thought they wrapped on it, or at least Ben Affleck wrapped on it. I don't know if the movie.
Okay, so when do it drop? When do it drop?
Isn't it the end of the year? Like, isn't it like in December or something?
That's what I was thinking. November. Okay, I think they're gonna have to do some reshoots, man, because if this is really true, what Grace Randolph said about this erasing the Snyderverse and all this type of stuff, and man, people are gonna hate this movie.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're totally underestimating the hype for the Snyderverse. I think that's the problem. You don't come off of a movie like Zack Snyder's Justice League, not follow it up. That'd be like taking Ninja Blast, only make it one issue, leaving it on the cliffhanger like you did, where all will be revealed, to be continued, right? And then you don't do nothing else. You just say, you just pack it up and say, I'm done with y'all. I ain't making no more books.
Hey, I had a homeboy, he read the book and he got to the end. He said, damn. He said, that was one hell of a cliffhanger, man. He said, I want to know more.
Yeah, if you don't finish, if you don't do another story, people are gonna be mad. They're gonna be looking at that book like, now I can't read that book ever again because there ain't nothing else to it.
Yeah.
So it to me, it's kind of like you don't end Zack Snyder's Justice League with, teasing this immense, awesome dark side stuff and then not do nothing with it.
Zod, I want to ask you a question, though, man. Okay, every day on Twitter, Zack Snyder's Justice League or something that's close to Zack Snyder's Justice League is trending. Mm-hmm. I have never seen something like that in my life. Even when it comes to just Marvel stuff, Marvel stuff will trend close around the time when the movie is about to come out. But Zack Snyder Justice League or Zack Snyder period has been trending every single day for a whole year, man. So what is that? Is that fans? Is that fans really wanting this, or what is this? Like, is this just a big snowball effect? Why is that trending? Is the demand that strong?
I feel like it is. I feel like the demand is that strong. There's a reason why the Blu-rays for Zack Snyder's Justice League are still flying off the shelves. They can't keep that movie on the shelf. My question, Fatal, is who's buying this movie if there's no demand for it? Why is this movie flying off the shelves if nobody wants this?
I just don't understand it, man, because it's like, what's the dude name? The dude I hate. James Gunn.
Oh, yeah.
James Gunn movie can flop and he still get more movies. I seen a thing today where they was talking about they want James Gunn to take over DC like Zack Snyder was doing. And it just, I don't know. Did Zack Snyder sleep with somebody's wife or something or what?
That's the same question I asked. I'm like, what? I'm like, where does all this rage and anger towards this man who essentially everybody who's ever worked with him has nothing but nice things to say about him. So I can't understand why he gets so much hate by the media and by fans and all this stuff. Like they treat Zack Snyder like he literally goes to their houses on a regular basis and farts in their dinner every day. That's how they treat Zack Snyder.
The only thing that I can come up with is maybe they were pissed off that Man of Steel didn't hit $1 billion and BVS didn't hit $1 billion. But the movies came so close to hitting $1 billion. You might as well say they hit $1 billion. Yeah. Just round the number.
Yeah, it's hard to hit $1 billion. And my thing is, they would have hit $1 billion on Batman v Superman if they didn't take it out of the theaters early. They took it out of the theaters a few weeks before it was supposed to end its theatrical run. It was very close to hitting $1 billion, and WB sabotaged it on their own because they were letting the vocal minority about that movie get to them. And that's the reason why it didn't make $1 billion, but it would have. It would have made $1 billion if they would have left it alone. And that's the version that was messed up. That was the theatrical cut. We're not even talking about Zack Snyder's, extended edition. You there, Fatal?
Now, this stuff with Grace Randolph, do you believe this to be true? Because this is the same lady that came out and said, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
You were cutting out a little bit, but you're here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Check. Can y'all hear me? It's either me or you cutting out.
Am I cutting out? Or you cutting out? We're all cutting out still. Are we all cut?
On my end, you cutting
On
out.
my
On my
on your
end, you
end,
cutting
on
out.
your end, yeah, we're cutting out on each other's end, I guess.
Shay,
Okay,
which one cutting out? Is it me or is it Zod?
I
Y'all let us know
I
in the
don't
chat.
know. What's up, Twisted Gaming TV? Good to see you, man.
Lord
Good to
Coach,
see
they say he
you.
can hear us both.
Okay. Well, then I guess we're okay still.
Okay.
Good to see you, Twisted Gaming TV. I want to talk to you, man. I want to get you for an upcoming late night Q&A, man. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while too. Twisted Gaming TV is another real dope individual that y'all should definitely check out. He's got
That
some
logo
great.
is dope. I like
He's
that
got
logo.
some great. He's got some great takes. I swear to God, Twisted Gaming is epic. What I would want to answer your question about Grace Randolph. I think she just got told by the
Me
people
too.
who own her
Me too.
that she needs to speak on their narrative. She can't be doing all this pro Zack Snyder stuff. They need her to be on point with the Warner Brothers company line. That's what I think it is. I don't think because I really believe that Grace Randolph likes Zack Snyder. I don't think that Grace Randolph is going to suddenly turn on Zack Snyder out of the blue if she really, unless she's being told by the company that owns her, hey, we need you to support this narrative. And I think that's all that's happened. I don't think this is anything. I don't think that this is Grace turning on Zack. I don't think that this is Grace. I think Grace is just doing what Grace has to do because she's owned by a company.
You don't think she was disrespectful or anything? You don't think she was disrespectful?
I think she's being told to be this way, though. I don't think this is her. I don't think this is her being this way, because it would be like it'd be like me or you. It'd be like me, you, or Syl coming out talking trash about Zack Snyder out of the blue. Why would we do that? Yeah. We've been on this train since the beginning. Why are we all of a sudden going to come out and start talking all this trash? It's like Grace Randolph has been one of Zack Snyder's biggest supporters. But so why all of a sudden is she going to just come out and be like this unless she's being paid to be this way?
But this is my thing though, bro. Okay. I understand she bought, because I remember Seal was the first one that showed me that her YouTube channel. I didn't even know you could do this. Your YouTube channel, her YouTube channel is owned by a company that's owns Variety magazine and all them type of things. But yes. I can't live my life like that to where people are telling me to speak like they want me to speak. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's on my regular job. You're going to think like this and you're going to say it just like this. That would be a horrible life to live, bro.
Right. You're living in a dictatorship. You're doing what other people are telling you to do. That's why I'm saying I would rather do my YouTube channel and not make any money, not make a nickel doing YouTube, as long as it's me being able to give my thoughts and stay true to myself, who I am.
YouTube to get it out of my mind, my thoughts. You know what I mean? Not to be thinking like somebody else or being like somebody else. So that kind of made me look down a little bit on Grace, even though in the beginning, even before this Snyder Cut came out, I never did really rock with Grace, because sometimes she's on point and then sometimes she could be clickbaity, you know, but nothing against her. It's just her takes can always be 50-50, and she was just riding so hard for Zack, and then she just dropped that in the beginning of the year. And I, like you said, Zod, I think that was planned, because they getting ready to drop. What's the next movie they're getting ready to drop? The Batman, right?
The Batman, yeah.
The Batman is coming out in what, February or March?
March.
So they like, Grace, you are the middle ground between the Snyderverse heads and the corporate world. You the middleman. We need you to put this out right now and get everybody on board. So, because we supposed to get ready to start promoting heavy for the Batman film, and we don't want these Snyderverse people to mess it up for us, because we don't put a lot of money into this movie.
That's right.
I think it went just like that, bro.
Just like that. That's how I feel. I don't think for a second that Grace Randolph wanted to betray Zack Snyder. I don't think for a second that Grace Randolph is not a fan of Zack Snyder. She was riding hard for Zack.
But she sounds just like the other move along crowd now.
Now,
it's time to move on.
Now she's one of those. Now she's one of those. But here's the thing: she was one of the greatest. I mean, one of the greatest allies we had in the beginning. Because in the beginning, remember, she was all on Zack. There's a reason why Zack Snyder had picked her when he was dropping his interviews, when he was talking about stuff. Out of all the YouTube scooper type people he could have talked to, he chose to speak to her, which says a lot about how she was, like you said, a ride or die for Zack. So that's why I say she's bought and paid for. That's the problem when your YouTube channel is owned by another company and is not an individual thing, because now she can't be herself because she's owned and she has to do what they tell her, and that is unfortunate. So I've been very, very quiet on Grace Randolph. I'm not on Twitter trashing Grace. I'm not on Twitter talking about her, because I feel like she's one of those people who's just caught between a rock and a hard place. She's not in a good spot right now. She's got to do what her company is telling her to do because they own her. If she wants to get paid, she wants to get promoted, she's gotta go along with them, and that's terrible.
Man, it makes me think this now. Damn, how many YouTube channels are bought? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't even know. I'm thinking in my just little narrow mind, these are people that just worked hard on their channels throughout the years, and now they're getting the views and the subscribers, and now they're getting their channel is getting a big boost. But now it's making me think, okay, she's just an industry plant, and they just boosted her up somehow with whatever, because they're partners with YouTube or whatever, something like that. You know what I mean?
And Twisted Gaming TV makes an amazing point here. I couldn't agree more. See, I love his takes. He says, I was watching a live stream the other day on a show, and one of the guys said, don't do that or you'll get non-monetized. And I was like, wow, you're worrying about making money more than having a good show. Yeah. That's the thing. If you can't speak your mind, if you can't say who you are, if you can't be real and be honest. See, Fatal, this is why a lot of people don't like me. This is why a lot of people don't like you. We keep it real. When we get on our channels, we speak how we feel. Yep. We don't let nothing get in the way, and don't let people. I don't care about your feelings. If you got a problem with something I say, that's a personal problem that you have. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with my views. My views can't hurt you unless you let them. So when people say things like, oh, Zod, your opinions are dangerous, your views are extreme. Extreme and dangerous towards who? I'm not telling you what to think. I'm not telling you what to interpret. I'm not telling you what to like or dislike. I'm telling you what I think. I'm telling you how I feel.
Now, so I'm glad you said that, Zod, because I've been on YouTube just for 2 years. And what YouTube has taught me, there's a lot of people on this platform that want to be liked by other people. So they will talk like other people, even though they don't feel that way. And to me, that's not life, man. That's not living life. You know what I mean? You're not even being you. You're not being yourself. And I don't want to say I look down on people on like that, but it's just to me, it's sad, man.
Yeah, it's very sad. And here's another great point by Twisted Gaming TV. Many YouTube channels are fake. I do mine for fun. Exactly. I do this as a hobby. I do this because it's fun for me. I do this because I enjoy it. I do this because I get to talk to people that I like. And I don't expect everybody that comes on my channel to agree with me. I don't expect everybody that comes on to like my takes. I don't care if you do or you don't. You can subscribe to me or you don't have to subscribe to me. It doesn't matter. All I care about is I come out, I give you my perspective, I give you my thoughts. If you disagree, that's fine. If you agree, that's fine. Either way, I don't care. And that's the whole point. Like I get, you get these people that feel it's necessary, who will literally go around taking other people's streams and breaking down their streams and attacking what they say and going after them like they're all high and mighty and special and they have the moral high ground. There's no moral high ground on YouTube. On YouTube, you have a platform. Yeah. You can say what you want. You have your own channel. And that's why I say, if people, I don't consider myself to be a brand. I just consider me to have, I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. If my YouTube channel is successful, it's because people care what I have to say and they want to hear somebody who's real. Even people who hate me tune into my channel, not because they agree with me, but they want to hear what I'm going to say next.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. If your haters are some of the most valuable people out there, because they'll criticize you, they'll attack you, they'll make videos about you, they'll do live streams about you. But here's the truth though. If you don't respond to them and you don't give them anything, I'll never understand people that do like YouTube videos going after other content creators. I've never been able to understand that, because to me, the only time I'm going to go after another content creator is if I care about that person. So if I go after you, it's because I care about you. It's because I care about what you think.
And you know what? There's like you're reading my mind again. The only time I've called people out is because they mess with somebody that I rock with. You know, it's a guy that we know out there in YouTube land. He was messing with this lady that I told her, you should start doing YouTube videos. You good at this DC stuff. And he was doing something that was messing with our family. And I had to call him out. And me calling him out, it was kind of good for him, because he finally laid on the table what was really going on. And he exposed himself, but I'm glad everybody know the story of why this girl was stressed out. You know what I mean? Now, if these was two people that I didn't know anything about, I would have never spoke on it. You know what I mean? And this is like when I was defending Pele, Mr. Wes Ashley. A lot of people was messing with him.
Yeah. You're muted again, Fatal.
Let me tell you something about Mr. Wes Ashley, though, man. That dude was like a prophet, man, because a lot of stuff that was going on with these different cliques in the Snyder Cut movement, he was saying that stuff in the beginning and people wasn't listening. And now everybody see what's going on, man.
That's right. That's right.
That's exactly right. When they were going against Pele, because Pele is one of my friends, man, I had to defend that man, because it seemed like everybody was rushing him, even Sean O'Connor. And I was just like, nah, man, y'all in the wrong, man. And I'm gonna start calling y'all out for messing with this man.
Right. And I agree. I agree with you 100%. You respond to people because you care about them, or because they're talking about people that you care about. That's the only reason that you would go. I feel like you would have a legitimate reason to go after somebody else on YouTube. Otherwise, it's a complete waste of time.
Now you got channels that's all they do, and I don't see how they do that, man.
Yeah, I don't either.
Attacking celebrities and all that stuff, man. And when I first got on YouTube, I kind of tried to start doing that, and then something hit me. This is not you, man. This is not fun to do. You know,
right.
Most of the time I want to be positive and talk about dope TV shows and dope movies and all that type of stuff. I don't want to just attack people and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like karma is real. It's real to me. And whatever you putting out in the world, it's going to hit you back 1,000 times folded. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. And for me, I always feel like when you have a person who you care deeply about, who's another content creator, and that person is being attacked, and you feel compelled to come out and defend them, you're doing a good thing because you're defending your friend. You're defending somebody you care about. And I feel like it's the same thing when you have like a disagreement or you have like a little conflict between somebody that you're friends with. I bring this up all the time when I've had conflicts in the past with some of my best friends on YouTube, like Mad Max and Saggy Melons. I've had conflicts with them. And whenever I've had a conflict with them, it's always been something that could be resolved. And you know why? Because I care about those people. If I care about them, it's something that can always be resolved because you can always talk about it and you can always find common ground and figure out a way. There's nothing when you have people that you care about that are other content creators that you cannot solve by simply talking it out.
Yeah.
Unless it's something really, really personal and really, really offensive or whatever, that's the only time. But if it's something, just some like surface level disagreement or whatever, you can always fix that kind of stuff. And I always looked at it the same way. Like when you came out defending Pilly and I came out defending Pilly and we all came out defending Pilly at one point, like Koj says here, we all defended him. Was messed up how they took him for granted. Pilly is a very deep individual. This is a guy who comes out deep. and there's and I was just going to say there's a reason why his podcast is called Go Deep, because he definitely goes deep. So when you have someone like that and he speaks, he's a lot like us in that he speaks his mind. He speaks the truth. He doesn't let anything get to him on that level.
And a fun fact about Pele, I want to.
It is what it is with Pele. Yes,
I'm gonna tell you a fun fact about Pele though. You know how everybody talk about Illuminati and all this type of stuff? Pele was the first person to ever talk about that type of stuff on YouTube, man. If you go back and look at Pele's channel, I used to watch Pele years ago and even didn't realize I was gonna meet this dude later on in life. But he got an interview with a guy named Griff, Professor Griff. Professor Griff is in this huge hip hop group called I can't believe I forgot the group name. Public Enemy. He was in Public Enemy. When you watch this video, Pele and Professor Griff, he giving an interview with him, and he's breaking down all the stuff that's going on in Hollywood and our government and all that stuff. Pele know his stuff, man. He ain't just talking. You know what I mean? He know what he talking about. And a lot of stuff that Pele said that was going on in the movement, mainly jealousy. He was speaking about that stuff long time ago, and now people are seeing what he's talking about. And now Pele has basically disappeared. I don't even know what Pele at. Well, I talked to Pele 2 weeks ago, and congrats to him because he just bought a house, and it's a nice house too, man.
See, he's focusing on life now. He's putting aside, so that's great. Congrats to buying your house, Pele. That's great. See, putting aside all this petty YouTube drama that's existed and social media drama and just focusing on real life.
And you know what all the drama boils down to? The YouTube drama and the social media drama is jealousy, man. Just everybody just jealous. You know what I'm saying?
And we've got Grace Randolph Stan in the chat. What's up? How are you? I'm glad that you're here. Like I said, I've got nothing against Grace Randolph. Okay.
I don't either, man.
I don't. My thing is Grace Randolph is just another voice in the sea of voices that speak their mind every day. Her opinions and her views are no more valid or invalid than any of us. I really don't have anything negative to say about her. Because I understand what her position is. So I'm not going to be mad at her, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if when the Snyder verse gets restored,
she's gonna be right back on that bandwagon.
She's gonna be right back on that bandwagon and right back next to Zack Snyder, talking to him about it, in spite of her allegedly being part of the Move On crowd.
And this is the good thing about Zack. Zack don't care about drama. He don't care about her saying that. You know what he gonna do? get on her platform, use her for her platform, and promote Justice League too.
Or whatever he wants to promote. And
see,
he knows,
I'm
he knows
you,
she's
man,
cool. And that's the thing. He knows she's cool. He don't care about none of that. I know.
This is the thing about Zach, man. This is what I love about him. Okay. He humble. He don't talk about other people. He a businessman. So if you dissed him, guess what he gonna do? If you got that platform and people can see, he can get a broad range of getting the Justice League 2 out there, he gonna use it. He don't care if you talked about him in 2 videos. You know what I mean? He gonna use that. That dude is one heck of a businessman. Me seeing what he did last year and dropping those pictures and trending every day when he dropped just one image, man, that's a businessman using social media to his advantage.
Exactly.
He keeping his name hot every day. No one has ever did that.
Even people talking, and what we got to always remember, Fatal J, is even people talking about negatively about Zack Snyder, even the Move On crowd has Zack Snyder's name in their mouths.
Bro,
so what does that tell you? It doesn't matter. Zack is still out there. He lives rent-free in all their heads.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. Zack is trending like Michael Jackson is still alive. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of star power, man. Nobody has had this type of star power. The only person I could think is maybe Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson died before social media really kicked off like that. But I've never seen something like this where somebody's name is trending every single day. Every time I get on Twitter, Zack Snyder is trending. Justice League is trending. If it ain't Zack Snyder or Justice League, it's something that's pertaining to him. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, and Grace Randolph Stan agrees with us. Listen, that's why I say that's why you will never get any hate from me when it comes to Grace Randolph, because I know exactly what's going on. Grace Randolph is playing the game just like everybody else is. And you can't really hate on her for that, because she's got to do her. All right.
Yeah,
she's got to take care. She's got to take care of herself, number one. And if that's who her overseer is, if her overseer is the same person who owns like Dateline and all these media conglomerates that trash on Snyder on a regular basis, then that's what she's got to do. But like Fatal J just said, she's gonna be right back there with Zack Snyder. When Zack Snyder starts promoting his stuff again, she's gonna be right there, and he's gonna use her for that.
When she start that stream, she's gonna be like, "Hello, Zack."
Right. Yeah, totally. Like it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same kind of thing. Sharon Peters says, "Grace, you are beautiful," and we've got Lord Koj here saying Zack Snyder is passionate, smart, and patient. Exactly.
Shout out to Koj. I want to shout out Film God still in the stream. Film God, man, I just want to say this. Film God, out of every YouTuber that's been out ever, Film God inspires me, man, because, and I'm not trying to toot his horn or hype him up or nothing, because he here. Film God to me is the best YouTuber, bro. He the best YouTuber.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just the thought that goes into his videos, I could never think of that type of stuff, bro.
And it's done in such a masterful way,
bro. Like, how do he come up with this stuff? It's almost like he a professional comedian or something. It's like
he's truly brilliant.
He a professional comedian and he a professional editor, bro. Because the stuff that he does with that, I'm still learning how to do that. Videos, man.
And I love this comment from Bat Dan 530. The Move On crowd won't move on. You're exactly right. They won't move on.
I'm gonna tell you what I figured out with the Move On crowd. The Move On crowd want to be like Grace Randolph. They want to be where Grace is at in YouTube. So to me, the Move On crowd, when they was doing those Zack Snyder, and I don't have no dislike for them or nothing like that. I just expose the stupid stuff they do. But they thought with the Zack Snyder live streams, oh, this is it. Zack is coming on my stuff every single day. My channel was about to blow up. But this is the kicker about YouTube. you have to have a fan base first. Then you can grow with the live streams like that. Because once Zach is gone, people going on to the next YouTube channel to see what Zach talking about. You know
Exactly. Exactly. And I got to give props to all the people out there, even people I disagree with. I got to give props to all the people out there who have had Zack Snyder on their YouTube channels.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Because that is no small feat. That's not anything that just happens magically. So whatever my differences with any of y'all are,
respect.
I'm happy for you, and I respect you for having been able to do that, because that is a beautiful thing when you can get somebody, a director that you love, on your channel talking about his work. That is a wonderful thing.
Even though I disagreed with some of those people, I still watch them interviews, man.
Oh yeah,
because I'm a Zack Snyder fan. You know what I mean? I'm a Zack Snyder fan.
Exactly. It's not about the interviewer. It's about the guest. It's about who you're talking to.
Because I'm the same way with like Robert Rodriguez. I'm a big Robert Rodriguez fan. I'm loving Boba Fett right now. Well, I didn't like that first episode, but the second episode was good. But I like to listen to directors and see how they put things together, because to me, directors are like professional puzzle people. They know how to put the pieces together to make a beautiful picture, man. Because when I'm writing Ninja Blast, I'm putting that puzzle together and just to make it flow right. So I love to hear directors speak about the movies that they made, because if it weren't for the directors, the actors are not right. Like if you got a bad director and you have good actors, the movie still ain't gonna come out right.
That's true. Right. It really doesn't matter. It's like you got, the director may have a vision, but he needs players to be able to convey that vision in a positive way. And I don't, and that's one of the things that we can all say about Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is literally, he casts perfectly for all the roles. There's a reason why, even though WB and the Move On crowd want us to move on, there's a reason why WB is still using all of Zack Snyder's casting choices for Wonder Woman and Aquaman and all this stuff.
This is the thing about the Move On crowd. The only reason why they want everybody to move on is not for the benefit of DC or the benefit of Warner. It's because they want to do content on that stuff and don't want to feel bad about making that content. You know what I mean? It still go back to being concerned about what other people think. If you like the Flash and Batman, drop that stuff and keep it moving on that. But you don't have to tell everybody, "Oh, just move on. Zack Snyder's not going to do it anymore. Just move on." Why are you telling people that? You telling people that so you can do content on the stuff that people
right. They don't have, the thing is, they don't have anything else to do content on.
Yeah.
So they have to talk about Snyder. I think somebody actually admitted that in one of the streams I was on the other day. Somebody in the chat actually admitted that. Well, the Snyderverse is all anybody's talking about right now. So what are we supposed to do? Just not make content? And it's like, well, here's the thing. If I hate something and I don't believe it's happening, and say I was totally against the Snyderverse, why am I going to keep talking about it if it's something that doesn't matter to me, or it's something that I don't care about? Listen, I've said time and time again that I'm not interested in this upcoming Robert Pattinson Batman movie. But you don't see me making 25 live streams about the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. I've said my piece on it several times. I'm not going to say anything else about it till the movie comes out, because I haven't seen the film. So why do I want to continue talking about stuff and antagonizing people who like something that I don't? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because in the head of the naysayers, the people that was 1,000% sure that the Snyder Cut was going to never come out, they got proved wrong. The Snyder Cut was something that was supposed to never happen, and then it happened, and now people are afraid that this Justice League 2 might just happen. In my heart of hearts, even though Ben Affleck came out and said, this Flash movie, this is it, I truly believe Zack Snyder go ahead and do those movies over there in Netflix. You come back a year, 2, 3 later, start getting ready for Justice League 2. Ben will come back. He already said in that interview, Josh Whedon put a bad taste in his mouth with Batman and made him not want to ever do it again. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, he didn't want to do it again after Justice League, but he came back when Zack Snyder needed him for the Snyder Cut, for them last little pieces at the end of the movie. I'm pretty sure he'll come back after a year or 2 break and want to do it again, man. You can't even trust actors, man, because look at this year. People were asking Andrew Garfield every month, are you in Spider-Man No Way Home? He kept saying, no, I am not in that movie. Well, guess what? He was in that movie. So I'm not worried about it, man. I'm not the people who really love Zack and passionate about the Snyderverse, man, keep going and don't lose hope. Zack Snyder said, don't lose hope. This man knows something. He knows something.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Actors have to lie. It's part of their job. They have to lie, they have to be coy. They can't tell the truth, because if they tell the truth, they give too much away. There's a lot of actors who do that. They give too much away, and then the studio has to do damage control later. So the reality is,
Henry Cavill, he's going to be in Flashpoint, bro.
I said that months ago too.
Yeah,
he's
based off that dude, it was one dude. It was a dude that came out. He dropped that Flash suit months before they even made that trailer, and he said, "I was so happy to see Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill back on set together, working on a film." And I'm telling you, bro, Henry Cavill, they may give him his own solo film. I believe all this stuff is going to happen. They see what's going on, and they see what happened with Suicide Squad, with James Gunn. These people not going to waste money like that, man.
Yeah, why would you waste money when you literally have a gold mine in the Snyderverse? Because like I said before, even the haters and the move on crowd are going to watch these movies when they come out. If you think that these people that are telling us to move on now are not going to watch Justice League 2 and 3, you're crazy. They're going to be there watching it just like we are. It doesn't make any difference.
People not even thinking this deep, man. If Ben Affleck said he's not doing Batman again after Josh Whedon movie, why is he in this Flash movie? You see what I'm saying? Why is he in the Flash movie?
And Reese makes a great point here. It's almost as if actors lie for a living.
They lie for a living.
They lie for a living. That's what they do. They pretend to be people that they aren't for a living. And you expect to get the truth out of an actor?
It's two people that lie for a living, actors and lawyers. They lie for a living, bro.
It's pretty crazy. And we've got Kupi Malik here who says the cast are waiting for Zach's talks with the new incoming regime. When Zach returns, all the cast will also come back. Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to. They can't do anything until it's confirmed, until they've got all the things that they need. And all we're saying is we believe in it and think it's going to happen. The Move On crowd, I think, believes it's going to happen too, and that's why they're so dead set against it, pushing so hard. They're pushing hard because they don't want it to happen, because they were wrong about the Snyder Cut. So they don't want to be wrong again about this. But that's why I feel like this, Fatal J. Wouldn't you think, after all these people were proven wrong about the Snyder Cut, wouldn't you think that it would be a safer bet to stay neutral on the Snyderverse? I mean, you were wrong about the Snyder Cut, so it doesn't make sense for you to double down on the Snyderverse, because now if you're wrong about the Snyderverse and that comes out, now you're really going to look foolish and your reputation is really going to look stupid.
But they don't think that deep, because it's kind of like wrestling. You know, after a while, a good character would turn bad. So Zach hate would get you a lot of views. That's why you got a lot of these guys
and that's why you have Grace Randolph, who is now on that move on crowd side, because that's what her overseers want her to do.
Grace, when she made that tweet, and that tweet wasn't even a tweet she did, she was answering somebody. That tweet went viral on New Year's Day. It went viral. See, Zach hate, when your channel is dead, Zach hate can boost your channel up.
Yeah.
So a lot of people on that Zach hate. Jody's Corner, he's a Snyderverse hater. That's what he is known for on his channel. See, I used to be friends with Jody. We used to do streams together. But when I started mentioning that I like Zack Snyder, it was like a little flare of anger went in his face, and he would try to convince me why I shouldn't like Zack Snyder. And I'm like, look, man, you got me into YouTube. I was inspired by this dude. I started making content based off him. But I was like, no, man, this is how I feel. I like Zack Snyder. I own every single movie he have, except for Sucker Punch. I don't like Sucker Punch. But
apparently Snyder doesn't even really like the cut of Sucker Punch that got released. We haven't seen Zack Snyder's Sucker Punch. We've seen the studio cut. Yes, there's a Snyder cut of Sucker Punch out there that we haven't seen. So yeah.
But man, you're not gonna make me change my opinion. I don't care if we friends or not. And you know how the story go. We fell out, and Phil make videos about him crying about me. But this is the thing, man. I'm doing a disservice to myself, to my well-being, if I don't stick with what I like. I'm not gonna get on this YouTube and say, okay, this will get me views and people to like me, so let me do this instead of that. I'm not gonna ever do that.
You're not gonna betray who you are for clicks and views, and that's exactly how I feel about it. If I gotta get on here and lie and speak against what I believe in, then I'm doing the wrong thing. I shouldn't even be doing it anymore. I would rather quit than lie. To be honest with you,
I told myself I was gonna be positive this year, because usually I drop names. I'm not gonna drop names. But it's a guy we know that was in the Snyder Cut movement. He wear blazers now. And he told everybody that he was done making Warner Brother content because of how bad they was doing Zack Snyder. Next day, he started doing Warner Brothers content. So did you feel like if you stop doing Warner Brothers content that your channel was going to die, and that's why you went against yourself? If my channel dies, it dies, bro.
I know. That's how I feel too. That's why when I do my stuff, I consider the content that I do to be very diverse. I don't just talk about movies. I talk about movies and games, all kinds of things. I interview people. I don't care about one particular thing enough to let it tank my channel. So if all I was doing is talking about the Snyderverse, and then there's no more Snyderverse anymore, then what do you have to talk about? Yeah. And that's the hole a lot of these people dug themselves into. They got popular off of the Snyderverse, and right now there's nothing really to talk about. So now they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because they've got nothing to talk about. And so when Chris Wong, I'll say his name, made that announcement and said that he wasn't going to do it, we're going to talk about any more DC or WB related content because of the Snyder stuff, he'd already boxed himself into a corner, because he had to know before he said that wasn't going to be something he was going to be able to stick to. You gotta like think before you speak. And I feel like in that case, that was just him speaking out of anger in the moment. That's how he felt at the moment, but he didn't stop to think about, well, what am I going to do tomorrow? How am I going to, if they announce something tomorrow or they say something tomorrow, then I'm going to be right back to talking about it again. So to me, don't make yourself look that way.
Yeah.
Simply stick to your guns. You can be mad. You can be mad at WB. You can be mad at DC. You could be mad at Snyder. You could be mad at James Gunn, whatever. But don't lie to yourself and say, oh, I'm never going to cover this ever again. Because the moment he said it, he lied to himself.
He lied to himself.
And then he ended up lying. And so he lied to his viewers. Yeah.
People see it. People see it. And shout out to Chris Wall because I like his consistency. This man drops every damn day. I can't make videos like that, bro.
I'll say this. He really does have a lot of passion. And when he does his videos, I mean, it's like he went from being a very, I don't know if you noticed this, Fatal J, about him, but he went from being a very slow paced, a very calm speaking guy to now when you watch his videos, very hyper, very fast, very, very like, and I remember back when I was still doing my ZodWriter radio show and I had him on a few times and he was really like, one thing that I always liked about him is that he was always very, very passionate. Yeah. But, I don't know what happened. There was something, that changed in him. And I don't know I really can't put my finger on what it is.
I think when he did that, I think he embarrassed himself and he couldn't be around people who spoke truth. You know what I mean?
MJ says Chris Wong just straight up exposed himself.
Because you know how we go hard on Warner. And we just stay consistent, just talking about how they're wrong for Zack Snyder and all this stuff. But when he did that and went right back to talking about Warner and hyping up the new movies and stuff, I think he said, I have to disassociate myself from hardcore Snyder fans. You know what I mean? I have to disassociate myself from these people so I can have a clear mind and speak on this new DC that's coming out. You know what I mean?
Right, because if you're too ingrained in one particular area, then you can't be objective. Like Fatal, I can't sit here and say when I'm hyping up and excited about Restore the Snyderverse, I can't sit here in good conscience and be like, oh yeah, that Robert Pattinson Batman movie looks like it's gonna be dope. I can't say that because to me, I hate the fact that this Robert Pattinson movie exists. I can't. It was supposed
to be Ben.
And it was supposed to be Ben Affleck. Yeah, and I just want to give a shout out to Skywalker, the Jedi, right now. Thank you so much, man, for the $5 super chat. You've been a really, really good, loyal viewer, and you've been on my panels a few times. I love you, man. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. He says, just made it to the stream. We won't be silenced. We will not move on. Hashtag Restore the Snyderverse is in full effect. Shout out to Zod and Fatal J. Thank you, Skywalker. It's always a pleasure having people like you in the chat who understand, man. Oh, it's beautiful.
Dope cosplay too, brother, with that black Superman suit. And I feel like what Film God said is true too. I think people would have had more respect for him if he would have had made out a video and said, you know what, y'all, I was angered and I am going to still talk about Warner stuff because I feel like these movies will do good. But don't get on social media and start unfollowing people. I didn't do nothing to you, man. I was still, even though you on that other side, I still watch your videos and supported your stuff. Why is you unfollowing me, boy? I didn't do nothing to you.
Oh, he unfollowed you too?
He unfollowed me when that stuff happened, man.
Yeah, he unfollowed me too. And the thing is, we had done streams together. We were friends. I don't know what happened either. I'm Fatal. I was like, what? What did I do?
I'm telling you, man, because he felt bad that he went back on himself. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at you. Get
Well,
mad at yourself.
sickness makes a good point about him here. He says he hooked up with Dave. That's when he changed. Well, yeah, because that they had Dave had that whole, him and his guys had that whole 40 club narrative. They had that whole thing, and that's what it was. Chris hooked up with them, and then he kind of got caught up in whatever their narrative was. So I
think Dave, because I used to be on Dave's streams all the time. I think the thing with Dave, I think Dave might be salty too, because his channel ain't blowed up like he thought it was gonna blow up either. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
I think he thought he was supposed to be like the male version of Great Randolph, and it didn't work out like that.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, because he kind of has this this like Ryan Reynolds, Jim Carrey kind of shtick going on his channel, and I think a lot of people see, and what he didn't with him, what a lot of people didn't understand about Dave the Film Junkie is, what I always liked about him in the past was that he was Dave the Film Junkie. He would talk about a lot of different things. It wasn't just Snyderverse or DC or whatever, but he got boxed into that corner the same way a lot of them did, where that was all he was talking about. That was all he was about. And then when he finally got Zach on his vodka streams and that's what I'm saying. Props to him for being able to do that, for getting Zach. Nobody can take that away from him. That's something that is really,
because he told me a long time ago when I was on his streams, I used to pop on his streams out loud. He told me, he said, I may have Zach on the show. He said, I might have a green light that he on the show. And I was like, man, good for you. And while everybody else was like, let me hop on. I was like, man, good for you.
But it's like you said though. But once he did that, and he had, and let's be fair here, he had Zach on his channel a couple of times. Once he did that, he didn't have nowhere to go. He kind of boxed himself in, and like you said, it's probably because his channel hasn't really blown up since. It's not like
he's another one that unfollowed me, and it was weird because I have a tweet, and the tweet will probably get like 1,000 likes or something, and I'll see Dave come in there, and he'll have like a real snotty comment or remark, like he mad at me about
right.
What I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, what is wrong with this dude? And then all of a sudden, because I used to see his tweets pop up on my feed, but I started noticing I didn't see his tweets no more. And sure enough, I looked on him and Chris Wong,
yeah.
Yeah, I looked on their page and it had follow on it.
Him and I, Dave and I have had our differences in the past. Him and I have had a lot of run-ins back and forth, but I always respected him for what he accomplished. I always thought, my God, getting Zack Snyder on your channel was no small feat. And I even though like he unfollowed me and whatever and was no longer cool with me or whatever, I still congratulated him after he had Zach on his thing. I still was out there, giving him props for that, because again, that's an achievement. And honestly, I think for Chris Wong, like you said, Chris Wong just unfollowed all of us because Chris Wong is trying to distance himself from the hardcore Snyder heads.
Yeah.
Because he wants to do he wants to be able to do all of DC, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You can like all of DC. We're all DC fans, so that's not even an issue. And the only people that make it an issue are the people that don't like Snyder.
Yeah.
They're the ones that keep telling us we're not DC fans, we're only Snyder fans. And that's not true. That couldn't be anything further from the truth. It's like we all love DC just as much as we love everything else. It's just that we like Snyder's take.
I just think when Snyder started hopping on live streams, you started to see people's real intent with YouTube. You know what I mean? Because I pretty much knew Mick D was the guy that was connecting people to Snyder and getting them on their streams. And I had another post, a Twitter post that did like 1,000 likes on there. And Mick D came in there. And for some reason in the comments, he was like, bro, stop being an asshole and stuff like this. And I was like, man, fuck you. You know what I mean? And me knowing, saying F you, that would have killed me ever having Zack Snyder on a live stream. But I don't care because I'm the type of person.
I don't care either.
Yeah, and he blocked me. But this is the thing, man. I'm not going to change myself because I could potentially get a director on my show. I'm not going to never do that, bro. I'm never going to do that. When you come in my reply section and you disrespect me, it's on and popping, man. It's on and popping. I'm not going to let you.
I agree completely. That's what I don't understand. It's like these people that are pretty much nobodies think we're all supposed to bow down to them, because they had coffee with Zack Snyder. I don't. That Mick D. Listen, Mick D is like, you know what he reminds me of? Like there's a video. There's an Irish rapper out there, ironically, who has the name Mick D, and he has a song out there that I think encapsulates Mick D and that entire group, that entire angelic side of the fandom, as they call it. There's a song out there. You can look it up on YouTube, Mick D, MICD, and the song is called Victim Song. And if you watch that video and you listen to the lyrics of the song, it totally encapsulates Mick D and that whole crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, they act like they're the victims. They're the ones that are being bullied. They're the ones that are being attacked, but they're the ones that are trying to tell other people how they should be, how they should act, what they should think, and whose rings they should kiss.
Bro, that other side treat Mick D like he's God. Just because he got that Zack Snyder connection. You know what I mean? They treat him like God, man. I don't care who you are. If you disrespect me, you're going to experience flames coming my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it don't make sense. I always say it's okay to disagree, but it's never okay to disrespect. There's no reason to disrespect anybody. If you're gonna, that's why I say I may not get along all that well with Dave the Film Junkie, but I can still respect Dave the Film Junkie for what he did. I will all day respect what he did.
And I respect Nerd Queens for the Justice Cause.
For Justice Con,
I respect Dave for all the interviews he did with Zack. It seems like he could just call up Zack now and he'd be on there. I respect that, but I don't rock with the opinions. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And I don't rock how they treat people, man. This is just YouTube. We just doing this for fun. And this is the secret for everybody out there. YouTube does not pay money. If you're not PewDiePie, you're not making money off of YouTube like that, man.
Not like that. No, you ain't.
That.
Not like that. You might be making a little coffee money here and there, but you ain't making no big dollars to where you could be disrespecting folks like.
Yeah. I mean, these people out here thinking they making 10 G's a month off this. They not making that money, man.
You ain't making nothing, and you talking down to me like I'm garbage because you had Zack Snyder on a live stream. I don't care.
Zod, they making videos on their lunch break at work, man. They making videos on their lunch break.
I'm doing this for fun. I don't care about that. I'm like, listen, I got no time for nonsense. I come on here, I say how I feel. If you don't like it, that's fine with me. I don't care. Bro, it's the reality.
Nothing against Dave, man. But when I used to watch his live stream, he would be tired as fuck. He's like, man, I just got off of work. I'm tired, but I still need to make a video. How you doing, guys? You still have to work. So why is you treating people like you this big time celebrity?
Big time. Giving the illusion of being big time. I want to talk about, that's why I say, I look at this and I say, this is big time right here. Ninja Blast. This is big time. Yeah, I don't care how many times you have Zack Snyder on your live stream. That ain't nothing. You still are interviewing the man. You are not, you didn't create nothing. So why are you acting like you're better than everybody else?
Yeah, man, you're right. You got a super chat too, man.
Yeah, I was about to get to that right now. We got another one from Skywalker the Jedi. What's up, man? Again, he say Matt Jarbo is the new John Campea. Facts. #Garbo. Well, I don't know what's happened. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Skywalker. I don't know what's happened with Matt Jarbo, but the other day Matt Jarbo unfollowed me on Twitter too. Bro, and I don't know what I did to Matt Jarbo.
I'm gonna tell you something about Matt Jarbo, man. It's people out there that hate that guy's guts, bro. I'm talking about, this goes back years into YouTube. And what I discovered about Matt, when this is Matt tactics, this is how he get views. He'll find a fandom. If the fandom is real big and popular, he'll find that fandom. He'll buddy up with somebody in the fandom, learn all about the fandom, and then out of nowhere, he'll just start attacking them. You can literally just type in Matt Jarbo, and you will see hundreds of videos of people that hate this guy. It's almost like he's got a reputation. I'll tell you, he's got a reputation out there, a bad reputation, and it's so funny because it's like, dude, I don't know where, and he was another guy, and this is a funny part too. He was another guy, Fatal, who was all in on Release the Snyder Cut. He was somebody who, that's what he does, though.
Acted like he supported that.
He does that.
And now total change, total turnaround.
Now his new stitch is no way it's gonna happen. Can you see the signs? That's what he does. That's his whole thing.
Thank you again, Skywalker, for the super chat, man. You're speaking facts, brother. And we got Reese here saying, if you want to be a YouTube millionaire, become a kid doing toy reviews. That ain't no joke.
I'm gonna tell you one. Be a woman in a bikini or something like that, because simps, they love watching them type of videos, man.
Simps will watch women that, if the woman is just mildly attractive.
Yep.
And they're throwing money. They're like, it's ridiculous. Now somebody like that I can see. Like, you ever see some of these women that like to do product reviews, like to review games or like talk about anime or manga. You see some of these women, man, they got it down. They know what to do.
They got millions of views, bro.
Millions of views, and they talking about the newest One Piece release. Nobody cares, but if it was you or I talking about it, they wouldn't care in no way. But because this woman is dressed like, and kind of a little bit of a skimpy, outfit, and looking like, and she got like her little cosplay thing going on, man, the simps come out of the woodwork. It's good. It's some good stuff. So there you go. If you want to become a millionaire on YouTube, that's another way to do it.
And this the thing, man. I just don't understand simps, because why is they so in tune to it? Because I be looking in the comments and stuff. It's almost like they can get the girl through the screen or something. Is it that mentality?
I've never understood that. Like, for me, I'm just like, you and I, we get accused of being simps because of a particular individual that we've defended in the past.
Yeah.
And all I can say about that is, we don't have to simp. We can be friends with somebody that we genuinely like and we genuinely care about, but that doesn't mean that we're simping for somebody. These are people that they don't know this person. They don't know this woman that's talking about One Piece. All they know is how she looks on the screen, And they like that she's talking about something that they can allegedly relate to. That's about it.
That's about it.
It's not even about anything. It's not even about anything else. And Batdan says here, funny thing is, I subscribed to Matt Jarbo because of his pro Snyder content.
He was never into it.
And I'll say this too. Fatal, I never had anything, and I still don't. I don't have anything personal against Matt Jarbo. I don't know the man. You know, I just know what he does and what his current views on the subject are. That's about it.
I stay away from him like he got the Black Plague, because I've been hearing his name within YouTube for ever since I started YouTube, man. And then I don't know, man. He just a negative person, man. And you can't be happy. You cannot be a happy person just all day negativity, man. It's almost like he don't know how to be positive.
Yeah, 4K here says Fatal is correct and people still fall for it.
But that's why I like people like Film God, because even if Film God talking about somebody, he do it in a creative way that nobody ever thought about. I literally, Film God came out with a Christmas special video. That video was an hour long. I said, there's no way I'm sitting up here going to watch an hour-long video from Film God. Bro, I watched that hour-long video and it was like 10 minutes went by because it was that good, man. He entertained me through that whole hour.
That's how it's supposed to be. When you're entertained like that, and for a whole hour, it only feels like 10 minutes. You know that he's got the right formula. So shout outs to Film God.
Film God should have got 1 million views for that video, because I know it took him a long time to edit that video, man. An hour of good editing, man, that take at least a week to do, you know?
Oh yeah. And he puts all this time and effort into it, and it comes out very high quality. I mean, I don't know, like editing skills like that. I know I don't know nothing about editing. So that's why I always do live streams, because I don't know how to edit for nothing. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, he could put on, Film God could put on a master class in editing.
Yeah, I agree, man. You know what, Film God, that should be something you might be thinking of doing, do a YouTube course of editing, man.
That would be great.
He'll probably be a billionaire of doing something.
Doing something like that. He could probably that he really could retire. You could really retire off of YouTube for real. Yeah. I mean, because there's no you could say that you made that money, but the fact is, yeah.
And I'm gonna say this about Film God, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. When Zack Snyder said he watched Film God, and the other person's reaction to that was priceless. When Film God was on that stream with Zack Snyder, the other person that heard that looked like his world was completely crashed, man. Completely crashed.
The world, it was over with. Like they was looking like Film God is like you just said it. You said a dirty word.
In that person's mind, Zach, you're not supposed to be watching Film God. You're supposed to be watching me. You know.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to be watching Film God. What are you doing watching Film God? That's how you know that Zack Snyder knows who's in it for him and who's in it for clout. That's how you know.
He got to know if he watching Film God. He has to know, man.
Yeah.
And think about this. Film God still dropping bombs on people from time to time. You don't think Zack is not watching that stuff? He watching.
He's watching all of it, and he knows. That's why I always love people that criticize Pilly and talk about Pilly all the time. Well, Pilly's just salty because he hasn't had Zack Snyder on his stream. These people don't know that Pilly has had plenty of conversations on Vero through DMs with Zack Snyder. Yeah. Zack Snyder is very aware who Pilly is very aware of Go Deep. He's very aware of who people like you and I are, Fatal J. He knows all the people that are fighting for him. He knows.
I even top it out better than that. Pele has had a celebrity live with that person, like in the same room as that person.
Yep.
Who has the same level of clout, if not bigger, than Zack Snyder, which is Professor Griff. A lot of the hip hop people know that Professor Griff is a hip hop legend. And the thing Pele did, he wasn't in front of a computer screen talking to somebody. He was literally in the room interviewing that man. Yep. So Pele done accomplish a lot of stuff, more than the average YouTuber, man.
That's why I say, but what I'm saying is he always gets criticized though, because he ain't had Zach, but he talks to Zach behind the scenes. So it's not like Zach isn't aware of him. It's not like Zach doesn't support him and doesn't watch his stuff. Listen, I never got into this to interview Zack Snyder. Exactly. I used to do an internet radio show. I used to interview all kinds of filmmakers, musicians, directors. I interviewed a lot of people. My viewpoint going into YouTube was, I'm going to do what I want to do. If I end up, making it like how I used to do my radio show and I end up bringing on celebrities and that kind of stuff, if I really want to put my mind to it and do that kind of thing, I could. But that's not why you get into it, and that's not why you do it. You do it for fun, and you do it because it's something that fulfills you. If you're doing it because you think you're going to get, you think you want your only purpose, and some people, their channel, like their only purpose in life was, I want to get Zack Snyder on my channel. Well, then you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong, and you should want to build up yourself, build up your brand, build up your channel on your own. Then you can appreciate from time to time having a celeb on, because if you just start off wanting Zack Snyder or anybody that's on your channel with a bigger name, then it's not going to work out, because people are going to go see that person and then they're going to move on to the next thing. They're not going to watch you. What would be the reason for them to watch you when you haven't built yourself up? Build yourself up. That's why I like Tyrone Magnus. When Zack Snyder was on his stream, Tyrone Magnus benefited from that because he already have a gigantic audience.
Yeah, he's got like 10 million subscribers or something.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get a guy like Tyrone Magnus talking to Zack Snyder, it's something special, because all Tyrone Magnus do now is he come out, he'll read a news article off his little laptop, and then he'll walk away. That's all he do, and people love it.
People love it because he already got that brand, bro.
He got that brand.
Now, if me and you did that, ain't nobody watching, bro, because we're going to have to make explosions and fireworks when we doing the video. But when Tyrone Magnus, he'll just get on screen and say, Zack Snyder is coming back, and just turn the screen off, and it'll get a million views, man.
That's what I'm saying. He don't have to. I mean, I think he did one of his most recent videos. He did was he had he read the article about Ben Affleck being done, and then that's it. He like read the article and turned his computer off and walked away. Like, that's all he do. It's so funny. The dude act like he just roll out of bed, he come sit down, read one article on video, and people are just like, and he always does his thing. 10 million subscribers and walks out. I love that. I love that.
I did one video and it blew my mind. I had to check to see if it really was Tyrone Magnus, but he watched one of my videos and he just put ha. It was just HA. That's all he put was ha. I don't know if I was funny on the video or what. And that him just saying ha got so many likes. And I was like, dang, Tyrone Magnus has that brand, man.
Yeah, he's got that clout. He's got that clout. You want to talk about a man with clout? Tyrone Magnus has the clout. Tyrone Magnus is the guy that can not only talk the talk, but he can back it up.
He can back it up.
And it's not like some of these people, like how you gave the example about Dave the Film Junkie. He just got home from work and he's coming out there and he's like dead tired and he got to try to do a video, and then he's talking like he's above all these people. Dude, you ain't no Tyrone Magnus. And you know what I love about Tyrone Magnus? He does his thing and he don't talk about nobody.
Because he got the brand.
He got it like that. You don't hear him talking about nobody.
He don't have
He
to,
ain't
'cause
gonna waste his time. He don't gotta talk about nobody. He doesn't have to call anybody out. He'll call out WB because he's got that reach.
And watch this,
But
watch this. He don't need to do live streams with nobody. And guess what? Because I think Zack Snyder was like his first live stream, bro. You know what I'm saying? He do it all on his own. He do it on his own. Shout out to Bell. I saw Bell in the chat too.
Yes, shout out to Bell Reeve who said Fatal J. It's always great to see Bell. Bell's another good friend of mine. I really love Bell, and I swear to God, like Bell is one of the real ones. Bell is one of the realest people that you're ever going to meet, and she's the biggest, one of the biggest DC fans out there too.
She speaks her mind.
And Integrity 101 says, now some of my favorite haters constantly point out that I watch ZodWriter's streams as if it's something to be ashamed of. Well, if people don't, like I said, if people don't like me, if they don't like my streams, they're ashamed. They don't have to watch because my content is not for them. And I don't expect my content to be for everybody. That's the thing. I know I got an audience. I know Fatal J has an audience. I know we have an audience. I'm not trying to appeal to everybody. I'm going to speak my mind and say what's right to me, whether people agree with it or not. That's why I've never put any stock in people that don't like me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. So what? I don't care. You're not paying my bills. You're not controlling what I do or who I talk to or anything. I'm speaking my mind. And a lot of times, you know what I love about a lot of these haters, Fatal J? A lot of the haters that I got out there, I never even heard of before. These haters just be coming out of the woodwork. It's like, who are you? I don't know you. I've never interacted with you in my life.
Exactly. And when you boil down to it, yes, I know it's real people behind the screen. But when you boil down to it, you can shut them people off by not looking or not going on the website or not getting on Twitter. That's how easy you can shut somebody off that's being stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just click off the video. That's all you got to do.
Block them or do whatever.
You don't gotta watch them. That's what I'm saying. I've never said that people have got to subscribe to me. People have got to believe what I say is true. Listen, I speak what I think is true or what I believe, and I speak from my heart. Exactly. And I don't ever personally try to go out there and attack anybody. Even if I'm mad at a particular person or I have a disagreement with them, if I disagree with you, I could disagree with you, but I'm not going to disrespect you. So that's what it all boils down to. Like I said, we've been talking a lot about Dave the Film Junkie. I may not agree with Dave the Film Junkie's takes, but I gotta respect him for what he's been able to accomplish on his YouTube channel. So with that, that's where, that's where we'll leave it with Dave. But I say screw all that. We got Ninja Blast,
yes, sir,
in the house. And on that note, I want to give some final thoughts here, Fatal J, because having you here tonight has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a long time coming because I remember last year you was like, Fatal J, you want to hop on the stream? This has been a long time coming. I'm glad I came, bro.
I'm glad you came too, man. And you know who to come to when you want to talk more about Ninja Blast. When you got stuff to share, I'm down. Because this is exactly what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely follow Fatal J. Follow Fatal J's YouTube channel. Follow the Indiegogo campaigns for Ninja Blast and all the future issues and stuff that come out, because I guarantee you, if you're a fan of this type of material like I am, you are going to love Ninja Blast.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it.
Man, and again, dude, I really want to thank you. I appreciate you lending your time to me tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
This has been so much fun, and I can't wait to do it again. You are awesome.
Sir.
Yes, sir. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and end tonight's late night Q&A with ZodWriter featuring Fatal J. I want to thank all you all for coming tonight. So I want to once again thank Skywalker the Jedi for the super chats. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. And with that, Fatal J, you do the honors, brother.
Ninja, vanish.